Hello everyone, how's it going? Y'all ready for some chaos head? Ready to be delusional some more? Hi Marvel, how's it going? I did notice you were live today, but I wasn't able to catch any of it because I was out and about, unfortunately, but I hope you had a good stream. You love being delulu? That's so fair. I am honestly pretty happy with the stream title I came up with. Feel like it's only appropriate. I actually am here to bring us some fun facts about Chaos Head NoAH before we get into it further. Well, no worries, yeah, it was a good stream, all things considered. That's good. I'm glad you had a good stream. That's what's most important. But fun things about Chaos Head NoAH. So, I didn't fully realize it was only added to Steam like literally last year. It almost didn't make it to Steam though. It had to get censored. What's mostly censored is one of the ending routes. So it only affects so much. Some of the translations people aren't totally happy with. So, like, there's a group of people that, like, pretty much overhauled, like, the translations and whatnot as a patch and whatnot, and I did try to get that, like, figured out, but I gave up because it's not like I'm running this natively on a Windows machine like most people would be. So I kind of gave up on that, but that is some very fun information that this is censored, so it's okay to be on Steam. See, I had something else. I can think. I'll get there eventually. Thoughts. Come back to me. I believe in yourself. I didn't fully edit the video yet from, like, last week, so I don't fully remember everything that we got through. I like got to like the last hour basically that I still have to edit through, which is fun. I swear I had something. Oh, I guess about the delusion system that's in game. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing, where I pick the red delusion, which is the bad delusions, until we get to an ending and see what happens from there. Basically, we're in for a fun ride with that in mind. But you don't have to have the delusions, which is interesting. I guess, yeah, seeing the little text here, it's like, if you are God, and the delusion becomes reality. So that's gonna be fun, all things considered. I think that's kind of all I have to offer. If I can think again, I will say some more. I am still pretty concerned about the fact that there's literally only 8 save slots. Like, that concerns me. Like, why are there so few save slots? Please. Yeah, only 8. Just like, bruh. So that'll be exciting. I swear I had more information, but nope. I don't have any thoughts in my head. Fun times, though. I guess without further ado, let's get back to where we left off.
Oh,
I guess this is the teacher. No, I guess we're out of time. What we learned today is going to be on the test. Make sure you take good notes. That's all for today. Stand. Bow. The math teacher, what was their name again? Well, it didn't matter. Left the room and the school day came to an end. The other students were all talking about where to go after school or heading off to their clubs or teams. Most of them immediately got ready to go home. Normally, as soon as the last chime rung, I would put my things together and go home. But today, I stayed in my seat, trying my best not to look at any of the other students. Today, I was meeting Yua. Normally, a date with a girl would be a look-took situation. um, let's look at the note. The tip. How is that supposed to be? What vowels are missing here? Okay, not helpful. Net slang for hopeful and excited. Okay. I guess without further explanation, it'll just be walk talk to me. Hopefully it doesn't come up again. It might. I'm still sick. I guess that's the thing I could have said at the beginning. I'm still very sick. It's mostly like my mucus being like sticky. So, coughing will be a time. Thank you, Marvel. Inform us what it is. What vowels did they take out? But for me, for today, it was just depressing. My nerves were all jittery. My stomach hurt. He has butterflies in his stomach. Wow. Ah, waku waku, teka teka. That makes sense. Because I know waku waku is like being excited, so I guess teka teka would be hopeful. That's actually kind of cute. Thank you for the information, Marvel. I appreciate it. I never agreed to go anywhere with a girl, and I didn't know what to do. Yeah, you don't know how to interact with girls, boy. Would she even come? Maybe the whole thing yesterday was a prank, and she was just watching me from the shadows and laughing, I thought. Anyway, that might be better than if she actually did come. Wait, did I even need to go wait for her at all? Can I just ditch her and go home? I've done that before to a boy. Like, specifically the situation was that, like, he asked me out to, like, homecoming because he didn't know who else to ask because the first person he asked turned him down or whatever, or otherwise couldn't go. And, like, he was gonna pay for my ticket for me because, like, I didn't have the funds to pay for that myself. And I didn't meet with him after school to go get the ticket. But the school still let him buy the ticket for me, which was a time, I guess. Yeah, high school. Anyways. Yeah, that was the way. She was in a different grade than me anyway. If I ditched her here, we'd never meet again. I made my decision and stood up. Ah. Daku, what are you up to? Speaking of guys, I guess. Someone slapped me on the back, hard. I didn't need to turn around to see who it was. Only person in class weird enough to talk to me was Misumi. I hate that he's pretty because he actually is weird. Like, dude, please get a brain cell in your pretty face. I don't know. You're not going home? You usually disappear the second the bell rings. I even got a name for it. Takumi Sonic Boom Dash. That's beautiful. I love that for you, Misumi. I'm going home. Pretty and weird, or you're gonna start barking? What can I say to get you off track? He wants to sleep with every girl, pretty much. There you go. I don't know. I don't know if that will actually detract you, but that's his character flaw. Wants to sleep with all the girls, even if they're murderers. Yeah. Anyways. Are you waiting for someone? You know what? Good for him. Yeah, good for him. Huh? How did you know? Wait, I was right. How? You seemed like you were really nervous about something, and you kept looking at the door. He was perceptive. Yeah, he is. He does have that going for him. But I need to be careful with what I said. Don't forget, Takumi. Your goal is to stand out at school as little as possible. You have to be like the air itself. Okay, that's a mood.
別に
I'm not waiting for anybody. Liar.
そうか
Yeah.
だったら
Then
今
what
の
was that
ままなんだよ
pause?
それは
That was... crap. Mizumi wasn't a bad guy, but he could be really annoying at times like this. Read the room, jerk. Oh, that's funny. Read the room, i.e. take the hint and don't be an ass. A phrase commonly used by 2000s era Japanese otaku. When Takumi uses it, most often means, take the hint and leave me alone. That's funny.
西条くん
Nishijo? My whole body froze. I turned toward the voice, feeling sheer terror. Yua was standing timidly at the door. Oh no. Thanks to Misumi, I had lost my chance to run away.
ちょおいなんだりゃ
Hey,
どういうこと
what's going on? What's happening here? Yes, delulu. Welcome in, Spooky. How's it going? How's your day been today? It might have been the first time I've seen Misumi freak out like this. He wrapped an arm around my shoulder, pulled me in close, and looked me in the eye. That's pretty gay, Misumi.
おいタク
Taku,
どういう
what's going
説
on?
明しろよ
Explain this. He's gonna stand this girl up. Taku needs his brain check for referral. She's cute. She is cute, but she did kind of high-key, low-key stalk him, so... I don't know, man.
お前の彼女か
Is that your girlfriend? Misumi, no. He doesn't know how to touch grass even if he goes outside.
違うよ
No. I told him 1,000 times that I didn't have any interest in 3D girls. Right, he's also like that.
だったら何なんだよ
Then what's going
言っ
on?
とくが
You'd better
タクの
not try and tell me
姉ちゃんとかそういう
that
オチ
she's
は
your
期待
big
してねえからな
sister.
引きこもりのくせに
You're a
何を
hikikomori.
どうやったらあんな
Where did you
いい
meet a
女と
girl
知り合
that
えるんだ
hot?
昨日急に
She started
付きまとわ
following
れて
me yesterday.
それはつまりあれか
So what?
逆
She
ナン
asked you
されたっ
out,
て
not the
こ
other
と
way
か
around?
え
You lucky
No.
dog. He grabbed me by the jaw and shook me for a second before finally letting me go. By the jaw? You see me. Shake him by the shoulders at least. You don't want to break him. Or do you?
そうか
I guess the
世の
world's
中に
full
は
of
物
all
好きっての
kinds of
もいるん
girls,
だ
huh?
な
I'm glad it turns out you have at least
タクが
one
まともな
normal
性癖を
sexual
持ってたみたいで
fetish, though.
少し安心したぜ
Fuck. Misumi's gonna take me out, I swear. I, for the most part, got really angry at a mission in Starfield, but decided to just go back to an old save and continue the main story a bit. That's fair.
性
What
癖
is
って
fetish?
それに彼女と
Anyway,
別に
she and I aren't. Right,
そうか
right.
そうか
Gotcha.
頑張れよ
Good luck,
タク
Taku. Misumi wasn't listening to me. He was all excited now and slapped my back harder than before. Ugh, he was definitely teasing me.
安心しろって
Don't worry.
お前の
I'm
女
not
を
going to
寝
steal
取
your
ったりしねえ
woman.
から
Hey, he knows boundaries. Good for him.
だからそういう
I
関
told
係じ
you,
ゃ
it's not like that.
ほら
Go
さ
on,
っさと
get
行けよ
going.
彼
Your
女
girlfriend's
お
waiting.
待ちかねみたいだぜ
He pushed me in her direction, and I began to slowly walk forward. I guess I didn't get to run away after all. Nope.
あの 迎えに来たの
Came to get you.
迷惑
Is
で
that
す
a
か
problem for you?
Uh,
No.
yeah.
It sure as hell was. I looked back at Misumi, and he was grinning and giving me the finger. I couldn't tell if he was cheering me on or trying to start a fight. Both. There was no point in trying to deal with him anymore, so I decided to just leave the school.
すいません
Sorry.
昨日会った
I
ば
know
か
we
り
just
なの
met
に
each other yesterday,
Kono
and I shouldn't be
onegai
asking
shimashite.
for something like this.
いや
No. That's... I was really nervous. It's like, you're on a date or something, dude. Me? Leaving school with a girl? Like a Raiju? Ryaju. I got this. Ryaju. Like a popular kid. I thought this was a world I'd never have anything to do with. I mean, I'm sure things will change very quickly, my guy. Anyways. Ryaju. Otaku slang for someone whose real life, Rya, is fulfilling, jujitsu, and fun. Ryaju will have a girlfriend, lots of friends, and perhaps be on a sports team. You see. I never thought it would happen to me. But right now, there seemed to be an intense aura radiating from her. We were just walking side by side. Why did I feel so nervous? 'Cause she's a pretty girl. I still didn't know who she was or what she wanted. What would she want with a creepy otaku like me? She stalked you. Still throwing that out there.
おとといの
2 days ago. Huh? Yes? No, She started talking out of nowhere, so I got surprised and said something weird sounding. And she seemed to be nervous, too. Her expression was tense. She was older than me, but actually quite innocent. It was pretty moe. Not that I could do much more than glance at her ever so often. I was too embarrassed to look her in the eye.
おとといのブラチュ
You saw the episode of Blood 2 that aired 2 days ago, right? Huh? Yeah.
私一箇所だ
There was
け
one
いまいち
part I
よくわからない
didn't really
ところがあっ
get.
たんですけど進くんが
Susumu came to save Seira when she was in trouble, right? But how did Susumu know that she was in
どうして
danger?
進くんはセイラちゃんが危ないって分かったのかなって
Plot convenience is my guess.
あ
Oh, there was foreshadowing for that in last week's episode. There's a quick shot of her phone ringing, and you can see Susumu's name on the caller ID.
進むの名前が出てる
Ooh, foreshadowing. Oh, right.
そういえば
Yeah,
そんな
I
シーン
remember
ありま
that
したね
scene.
山田はそういう細かい
Yamataku loves putting in little foreshadowing bits like that. He did the same thing in Golden Goal.
山田く
Yamataku?
キンゴル
Golden Goal.
いや山田
Yamataku is the nickname for the Bloodtoon's director, and Golden Goal is the anime he directed before Bloodtoon. I should probably get myself familiarized with anime directors, because I actually don't.
へえ
Huh?
じゃあ山田
He must be a
さんって
famous
有名な
director,
監督さんな
then.
んですね
No, he's just a nerd.
まあ
Well,
僕が好きな方
I like him.
なんでかって
The reason is. I'm gonna be fine, hopefully. Anime directors are such a rabbit hole to dive into sometimes. Yeah. Like, I don't remember the big name one one that's like, God, I can't think. Here, I'll just look up the fact and then go from there instead of trying to say something stupid. Didn't think this was gonna be that big of a rabbit hole. Where's the name I'm looking for? I'm not finding the information I'm looking for. Well, never mind. That could be a later problem. Um, I started lecturing her on. Oh god, my voice is not cooperating. Hello? I started lecturing her on anime, and the next thing I knew, we were at anime. We got in here much faster than I expected. I had gotten really excited and started talking too much again. Yo was a great listener. Whenever I showed off some random piece of knowledge, she'd act really interested. I knew this whole thing was a trap, but I kept talking anyway. I'm so bad at speaking, and this had never happened before. It felt like chatting online. It was kind of weird. I'm starting to feel kind of nervous. Thoughts. Don't up and leave on me, okay? Sure. She went up to the clerk with an expression of intense nervousness on her face and ordered the Sarah post-awakening version of figure. All I did was stand back and watch. I kept looking for a chance to run away, but she kept shooting nervous glances at me and I couldn't move. Afterward, at her request, I showed her around the store. She was happy to find all kinds of things she might want to buy, but I didn't have the energy left to smile back at her. Yua came to school by train, so I was forced to go with her to Shinsen Station. She might look like an airhead, but she wasn't. Whenever she wanted something, she knew how to make me give it to her. Black. She was a black character. 2000s era net slang for a person with a black-hearted personality, specifically someone who is friendly and kind on the surface, but in their heart harbors malice toward others. Certain people, mostly otaku, find this gap between surface personality and their thoughts to be very moe. Hello, Catman. How's it going? How's your day been today? Do you have a phone, Nishijo? I mean, he almost did, but then he fucked it up. She asked me that just as we got to the station. Hello, Relix. How's it going? Everyone's popping in now. Yay! Phone, huh? I shook my head, slightly sad. You don't? Then I guess I won't be able to contact you. Does the McDonald's in the background say McDonald's, or are you reading that wrong? You was in the way, so I don't know. I can kind of read the Makudanaruto Hamburger. At least the katakana does in fact say McDonald's. But also hamburger, because of course. Yeah, there's the Makas in the background. You is in the way right now. She's up close and personal, blinking at us, expectantly. Contact me? Contact me for what? Are you gonna keep bugging me instead of leaving me alone? Oh, but you do have a computer, right? I've got one too. Can we exchange email addresses? But why? On the day the figure comes out, I have to go get it. And when I do, I'd like you to come with me. No. I don't have enough courage to go to... I don't have enough courage to go to anime on my own. Clever. And she was the clever one. I knew it, but I couldn't say no. If I did, I'd be the bad guy here. I want to... 3 girls were truly terrifying. Get to know you better. Why is your expression like that? Dog! What the fuck? No one asked your opinion. Dude, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What are you even barking at? Goddamn. Sheesh. When her eyes are anything but forward facing, it's terrifying. Yeah. Was it just that I wasn't used to talking to people? Or was she just a master persuader? Let's go with both. I felt like she wasn't going to go home until I gave her my email address, and yet she seemed nervous as she looked up at me from behind her glasses. For some reason, I felt my will to resist draining away. My skin felt clammy, and a cold chill was running down my spine, but I couldn't run away or say no. There was something strange about Yua. Something that wasn't normal. I couldn't explain what exactly wasn't normal about her, but she definitely wasn't normal. Oh, there we go. It's like a pointy M, but it does say McDonald's deal, so... McDonald's hamburger. But it's not curved M, so that's how they get away with it. I don't know. The next thing I knew, I had written my email address on a scrap of notebook paper and handed it to her. She looked happy as she took it, then bowed and disappeared into the station. I stood there for a solid 10 minutes with a blank look on my face, like my soul had drained out of my body. Good luck with that, Spooky. What would you think about a girl like that? Catman. I don't know what to do. Oh yeah, we do have impossible patties. I forgot about them. I mean, it feels like she's up to something. Catman. She has to be. Hey, are you listening, Grim? What's the name of this H game? That night, I asked Grim about Yua. I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere on my own. But that was the answer I got. To be fair, this was the same reaction I had the first time I talked to her. I was an idiot to ask you in the first place. Oh wait, you're serious? Man, you're such a lucky bastard. I don't think you had it in you. I thought you said you weren't even into 3D girls. It's not like that. I was reacting just like Misumi. Maybe the two of them were actually the same person. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. Well, guys like you, Nightheart, who've never dated a girl in your life, will have to quit being otaku the minute you get a girlfriend. Girlfriend's not gonna like those 10-minute monologues about school swimsuits. I mean, really. I prefer competition swimsuits to school swimsuits. That's not the issue, lol. You got mail, dork. Huh? I just heard Sandaton's voice. I'd set that voice to play whenever I got an email. Oh god, oh fuck, is a Kingdom Hearts fan? I don't think that's the case. I looked over at my inbox and the sender's name was Yua Kusunoki. Wow, it's here already. Oh, hi Bear, how's it going? How's your day been? I got an email. Just now. The emoticons. Or I guess Kalmoji specifically. Oh, it's like spinning around. That's great. I love that. An email from a 3D girl. I never gotten one before. I gulped and opened it. This is Yua Kusunoki. Sorry for sending you an email out of the blue like this. It would make me very happy if you saved my email address in your contacts list. Oh, cute Kalmoji. Sorry, another cute kamoji, for bringing you along with me today. But it made me very happy. Maybe because I'd never been to a store like that before. Or, I think it was because I was with you, maybe? Lol. And what time are you coming to school tomorrow? Oh, the reason I'm asking is, I want to say hello in the morning, kinda. I hope we run into each other tomorrow, even if it's just by chance. Bye. I can't read that behind the box. Good night. Your day was surprisingly full? In a good or bad way? You could sense her elegance and femininity coming off the page, but the emojis also made her feel friendly and approachable. But it's because I was with you, Nishijo, and I want to say hello in the morning. I feel like she might be plotting something. Show me what it said. It's totally normal. Basically just a hello. Shut up and upload it, hello. Hello? Oh. Hello, it's me. Sorry for sending you an email out of the blue like this. Oh, I just copied and pasting it. Grim was being obnoxious, so I decided to type in the whole message for him. Of course, I didn't type in our personal information. Yeah, that's fair. Neutral? Fair enough, I guess. What is this? It feels like she's head over heels for you. Die in a fire, Nightheart. Help me out here, man. It's some kind of trap. Right, it's all a big conspiracy. You're overthinking things, aren't you? It sure looks like she's into you. You're almost at the good ending. Leaning toward good? That's good. I mean, this is impossible. I'm a creepy otaku. Why would a cute girl from the real world want to date me? Well, dude, you're just bragging now. Help me out here. Calm down, you're just overthinking things. So you and you have a lot in common, right? There aren't many nice girls like that left. Anyways, ignoring Spooky. I knew that, but she was too nice. It was creepy. I mean, the stalker stuff at the start was a little much, but that just goes to show how much she likes you, right? She's an anime fan, right? She's like the ideal GF. For her otaku, anyway. Get her to go along with all your weird-ass fantasies. That actually sounded pretty appealing. Oh boy. No. That's just what she wanted me to think. She came on to you. Be grateful. I'm not into 3D girls. Yeah, right. You want to date her really badly, right? This is your chance to stop being an otaku. You'll never get another chance like it, I'm sure of it. Yeah, but... this is your chance. Stop being a weapon, go for it. Be like Nightheart. But in the real world, go for it. If only I could. Life would be so much easier. Talking to her today and the day before her taught me that. It could be fun and make me happy, but it was also exhausting and a pain in the butt. If it was that hard, I'd be better off living a peaceful, relaxing life with 2D girls. So, I decided not to answer you as email. Oh boy. The fire was burning. Long tongues of flames danced within the incinerator. Inside it, a sailor uniform and several textbooks were being burnt to ash. The house in the foothills overlooking the Seto Inland Sea. In the distance, you could hear the whistles of the ships. The salt breeze gently shook the trees around the house. Despite her idyllic surroundings, the small girl in front of the incinerator, Kozue Orihara, was in a miserable state. Her eyes reflected the red light of the fire as she watched the sailor uniform and textbooks burn to ash in the incinerator. Until yesterday, that had been her uniform, and those had been her textbooks. She was the one who had put them in the incinerator, but she must have still felt some attachment to them, because she kept staring at them. Suddenly, she winced in pain and put her hands tightly over her ears. She opened her mouth, but that was all she could do. She's really cute. She couldn't moan or cry. All she could do was gasp for breath. She kept shaking her head as if begging for something to stop. Did she time travel? Did she time leap? And then she collapsed, falling onto the ground. She looked up, exhausted at the sky. She stayed there, unmoving, for several minutes. And then suddenly, she turned around. And she was staring at the house's veranda. The house is made of wood and over 50 years old. Even though it was still daytime, most of the veranda was shrouded in deep shadow, leaving it in darkness. She slowly staggered up and walked toward it. Just then, her mother appeared as if she'd been waiting. No, Kozue. I've been looking for you. Do you have all your things together? Kozue nodded and sat on the veranda. In just 2 days, you'll be saying goodbye to this house, huh? Her mother stood behind her and looked at the peaceful Seto Sea. It's your first time going to Tokyo, right? I hope you make some good friends there. Thoughts. Kozue didn't reply to her mother's kind words. She didn't shake her head or nod. She just stared sadly at the incinerator in the corner of the yard, and the flames that still rose from it. It was a week after, on a school day, as usual. I went to school in a gloomy mood, staring down at my feet as I went. Fall was clearly at hand. The trees in Shadow Park were changing colors, and I was starting to feel cold in my short-sleeved shirt. Since I spent almost all my time in the room, it always felt strange when the seasons changed like this. It still felt like summer to me. I'd spent the whole weekend playing ESO. Grim kept asking about Yua, and I just ignored him. Yua hadn't sent me any more messages. Maybe she'd given up when I hadn't replied. I certainly hope so. Whenever I talked to her, I always felt myself wavering. I started to feel hope. But there's no point in a creepy otaku like me having hope. I lived my whole life without ever having hope fulfilled. That's why I lost interest in 3D girls. I'm fine. Please don't make me hope. Please don't have any hopes for me. Suddenly, someone patted me on the shoulder from behind. I turned around expecting to see Nanami or Misumi, but was surprised. Nishijo? Huh. Her cheeks were a little flushed, and she was smiling at me. For some reason, she was out of breath. I thought I saw you in the distance, so I ran to catch up with you. That's kinda cute, but... Hadn't she given up? Did she still have hopes for me? Good morning, Nishijo. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Marvel. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing and all the amazing little adorable emotes and stuff. Yes. Good morning, Nishijo. Yeah. I finally got to say it. It took 4 days, counting the weekend. Damn. Oh, I sent you an email last week. Did you read it? By the time I realized I nodded, it was too late. Good. He didn't answer, so I thought you hadn't received it. I thought about sending it again and a bunch of times, but I'm glad I didn't. What did she want me to do? Was I supposed to fall in love with her, be her boyfriend, and they were supposed to be a happy, loving couple? Impossible. That kind of thing was for other people, not me. I wanted to do it, but there's no way I could. I still didn't understand why Yua liked me anyway. I couldn't trust her. So it was just impossible.
あの 西条くん
Nishijo,
どうしたんですか
what's wrong?
え
Huh?
ずっと立ち止
I'm
ま
just
ってるので
standing there. I started walking fast to leave her behind, but she jogged to catch up with me. Taku had her ace moment. I mean, he said he wanted to, so I don't know. I feel it's too early to say that his either. But he is special, we could put it that way for sure.
昨日西条くん
I
の
went
クラス
to your
に行ったん
class
で
the
す
other
けど
day,
いませんでした
but you
よね
weren't there.
も
I
しか
was
して
worried you might have
風
gotten
邪
a
でもひいて
cold or
休んでるんじゃない
something.
かと思って心配だったんです
Ah, sorry about the confusion, Yoa. That was me, not Taku.
でも元気そう
I'm
でよか
glad
った
you're okay, though.
たまにし
I
か
only
はい
僕
I only come
たまにしか
to school every once in a while.
みんなから
Everybody
引きこもりっ
thinks
て
I'm hikikomori. You're disgusted, aren't you? You learned who I really am, and now you don't like me anymore, right? That's fine. I never expected anything in the first place. Go ahead, think I'm creepy, and then just leave me alone.
そうですか
I see,
でも
but I'm glad we were able to see
Hey,
each other today. No.
No.
I don't know how to react to that. I found myself staring into her smile. Our eyes met, and then I quickly lowered my gaze. Why wasn't she treating me like I thought... Blah, 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 blah. Let's try that again. Why wasn't she treating me like she thought I was creepy? Maybe because she doesn't think you're creepy.
っていうかたまに
And
でも
anyway,
学校に来て
if
る
you're
なら
coming to school once a
西条
while,
くんは引きこもりじゃな
I
いと思
think
い
you
ます
can't be a hikikomori.
すいません
I'm sorry.
分かったよう
It's
な
really
こと
none of
言
my
っちゃって
business. But
でも苦痛
it,
だよ
it's really hard.
だとしたら
If that's
偉い
true,
です
then I think that's really impressive.
Eh?
Huh? And that wasn't something I ever expected to hear. What was impressive about a loser like me? Yua smiled gently at me. It was a smile that could heal a wounded heart. That's how it felt to me. He's falling for her, isn't he?
だって西条
When
くん
you're
が
coming to school,
辛い
I've
のに
been...
頑張って
bleh,
学校に来
even
てい
though
ま
it's
すから
hard.
普通なら普通は
Most
来ら
people
れ
just
ないで
wouldn't
す
come
よ
if it was that hard.
でも
But
僕は
I'm an
私
otaku,
キモいし
and I'm creepy.
私西条く
I
んの
like
話
hearing
を
the
聞くの
things you have to
好きで
say.
すよ
No. What? Why was she telling me all this? Why did it feel so good? It felt like she was holding me in a warm embrace. Or like she was telling me that it was okay for me to be here. Maybe with her help, I could go back to being a normal person. Oh, no.
予例で
That's
す
the
よ
first bell. Suddenly, I realized there were barely any students left around us. They'd all gone inside the school building.
西条くん
Alright,
それじゃあ
Nichijo.
私
I'll
失
see
礼し
you
ます
later.
あ
Oh,
今日の放課後
are you free
時
after
間あり
school?
ますか
Oh?
も
Um,
もしよかったら
if you don't mind,
その
could we go home together?
一緒に帰りましょう
No. She spoke softly, her cheeks turning a little red.
放課後
I'll be
中庭
waiting
で
in
待っ
the
てます
courtyard after school
も
if
し
you
気が向い
decide
たら
you want to come.
くださいあ無理
Oh,
に来なくても
but don't
全
feel
然
like
平
you
気です
have
から
to.
失礼します
Bye. I'm fine. I keep saying that. I think it gets less convincing every time. She bowed politely and headed off to the third year wing. As I watched her go, I pinched my cheek. Just as I thought, this wasn't a dream or a delusion. I'm gonna beat right back to blow my nose. Hang on. Okay, hi, I'm alive. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. I spent the whole day's worth of classes in a daze. Me too, bestie. I don't think I heard a single thing the teacher said. I just rested my chin on my hand and stared out at the autumn sky. Neither my classmates nor the teachers paid the slightest bit of attention to me. But Yua paid attention to me. She wasn't like the rest of those assholes. Yes, I'm back there. I wasn't gone for long. I just had to blow my nose. I sat there the whole day, thinking about her and indulging in one delusion after another, and before I knew it, school was over.
Yo, Taku.
Hey, Taku. Another date today? Things are going well with that girl in the glasses, right? It was 5 ever. Oh no. Hey, don't tell me you were holding back just because you're a NEET. If she likes you, whether you decide to date her or not, it's just polite to have Misume, please. I'm not doing that. Hey, why are you so loud? I'm not doing things like that with you. Not yet, anyway. Huh? Are you still talking that way? Are you giving up before you even started? Is it about time you graduated from being a hikikomori? No, I'm not a hikikomori. That's not what I meant, anyway. Mizumi only cared about sleeping with girls. He wouldn't understand. I ran past a confused-looking Mizumi and quickly left the classroom. The fastest way to get to the courtyard from the second-year classrooms was to go across the connecting corridor to the third-year students' building and then head down the stairs, at least as far as I knew. I didn't come to school that often, so I didn't know what led where. I didn't even know where some places, like most of the special classrooms were. So I was a little nervous when I went down the connecting corridor. And there was a girl standing in the middle of the corridor, staring up at the sky. She had a very stern expression on her face. She didn't seem lost in thought or anything like that. She was very orpal. She was clearly in a place that would block traffic, but she wasn't moving at all. Come on, I know you hear my footsteps getting closer. Get out of the way, I'm in a hurry. For some reason, she felt like Dokyun. I needed to make sure to get to not I need to make sure not to get closer or let her notice me. Just as I tried to walk past this girl who I decided to call Girl B.
Oi.
Hey. Gasp. Crap, she talked to me. Was she gonna mug me? Or was she gonna say that she didn't like my face and then take me to her group of Dokyun friends so they could beat me up? Please no. What did I ever do to you? I glanced over at her to find that she was glaring at me. Who are you? Huh? I wasn't sure how to answer that. I was talking to Michijo, obviously, but I never met this girl, so there was no way she would know who that was. There was no way she would know that. I can read so good. She must be planning to do something really terrible to me. Sorry. I bowed quickly, being careful not to look at her, and then ran away at top speed. I ran down the staircase in the third-year wing and out the doors, and glanced behind me. The scary girl didn't seem to have followed me. Phew, the third-year world was an awful place. There were traps everywhere. I took a few deep breaths, and looked around the courtyard. The courtyard was between the pool and the school building. It was really more of a corridor than a yard. There were flower beds placed at regular intervals where purple flowers bloomed. What were those flowers called? I didn't know. I saw Yua standing in front of one of the flower beds, staring down at it while she waited. She was really here. She was really waiting for me. Shocker. Not for anybody else. Just for me. Yeah, you're the special one. You wasn't going to betray me. Maybe I could believe in her after all. Maybe she could save me. Maybe she can fix me. Oh. Yua looked up and noticed me. And then her eyes went wide in surprise. I stood there, looking away in embarrassment. I didn't know if it was okay to walk up to her or not. Why was she surprised? Did I mess up by coming? As I tried to figure out what to do, she ran up to me. You surprised me. Huh? You really came. I'd almost given up, because I thought you weren't coming. I'm so glad I waited. I was surprised. She might have the same kind of mentality I did. The kind that was pessimistic about everything. But there was one big difference between Yua and me. She is pretty. I was pessimistic and didn't do anything. Yua was pessimistic but took action. Yeah, that too. And that was something I really respected about her. I wanted to be that way too, I thought. Will you walk home with me? I nodded in response to her question. She and I headed for the school gate together. I felt kind of embarrassed as we walked home, and felt like the other students were shooting me jealous glances. The more I started to notice people staring, the more I started to freeze up. I should have known there was no way I could walk home with a girl. I passed by a teacher I didn't recognize. Actually, the only reason I thought they were a teacher was that they were wearing a suit. But did we have any teachers that young? I rarely came to school, so of course I didn't know who our teachers were or what they looked like. Sometimes I even forgot my homeroom teacher's face. The teacher in the suit looked around, seemingly lost, but we're heading toward the school building. Is something wrong? Oh. I quickly shook my head and started walking alongside her again. The base was 10 minutes away from school, which is a bit farther than the train station at Shinsen Yua used to go home, so I guess I was walking her home instead of the other way around. Out of sheer habit, I walked us through Shoto Park. Cutting through it diagonally shaved us a minute or so off the commute. You sometimes eat breakfast here in the morning, don't you? Right, just reminding us that you're a stalker, thank you. Oh, yeah. How did she know? She stalked you. I thought so. I saw you here a lot. But some days you were here, and some days you weren't. And today, I finally figured out the reason. It's because you only come to school a few days a week, right? Oh, I'm not saying that's bad or anything. I'm just saying I was curious. Yeah. Eva suddenly stopped and looked over at the bench where I always ate breakfast. Right now, it was empty. For some reason, whenever I saw you sitting there, you looked so sad. She suddenly leaned forward, just a little, and ran her fingers across the back of the bench. The more I saw you, the more I began to wonder about you. The bench was right in front of the fence surrounding the lake. Since I always sat facing the lake, I didn't need to worry about anyone gazing at me. There was also a small watermill right next to it, which is another reason I liked it. It served to partially hide me. Lately, on the days I didn't see you, I was so worried I couldn't eat. I mean, that's kind of cute, but you're still stalking him. But really? I hadn't noticed her watching me at all. It's silly, isn't it? Knowing so much about a person I never even talked to. But I didn't have the courage to talk to you. So that was why she was acting like a stalker at first. She wasn't a stalker. She was just really worried about me, maybe. Still stalking.
ちょっと座ってみて
Can
もい
I
いです
sit
か
down?
西条くんがどんな景色
I
を
wanted
見て
to
いたの
know
か
what it is you're always
私も
looking at.
その知りたいから
I didn't really have a reason to say no. I nodded, still looking out at the lake. She put her bag on the bench and then quietly sat down. Then she sat upright, with good posture, looking at the lake. It was so quiet, so peaceful, and she was right there with me. The soft wind made ripples of the water and gently rustled through her hair. Was this what it was like to have a normal life? It was just a normal day, a normal situation, so why did it feel like I was about to cry? Because you're not used to interacting with humans.
ここで朝食をとるのって
This feels like a nice place to have breakfast. I watched her from the side as she quietly spoke. If we were in an H game, this would totally be when I asked her to be my girlfriend. She'd say yes, we'd kiss, and that would be the good ending. Depending on the route, maybe we'd even engage in some naughty outdoor fun.
私も今度やってみ
Maybe
よ
I'll
うか
try
な
it too sometime. She tilted her head to look up at me, unable to speak. I turned my gaze toward her bag. As I stared at the 3 ghetto froggy straps on it, I cursed myself for being too lame to talk to a girl. Oh boy, delusion time. Let's get ready for a bad delusion, guys. Wait a second. Did I just see something? What was I looking at? Ghetto Froggy, a character popular with high school girls. I'd seen it somewhere before. Where? Room 36. The room next to room 37, the one I'd always used at Cafe. The next day I'd met her. There had been someone in there, looking on a new gen aggregator site. I'd seen her at the cafe, then panicked and rushed out. Did that mean the person in the next room over was... I looked down at her as she looked up at me. Her gaze from behind her glasses collided with mine. It was the first time our eyes had met since we'd known each other. She was still smiling, but it quickly turned into a look of uncertainty. What kind of look was on my face? I couldn't tell. I looked back at her bag and on the straps. I thought I heard her gasp.
西条
Nichijo. There was a gust of wind. Yellow leaves blew off the trees and danced in the air. 100 thoughts were racing in my mind. Ghetto Froggy was popular, even if I couldn't understand why. There could be any number of people with 3 Ghetto Froggy straps on their back. But... Room 36. Yua might have been sitting next to me then, but she never said a word about it. And then there were the new gen killings. I'd totally forgotten about them, but I'd been a witness to one of the crimes. That terrible scene came flooding back to me and... I'd seen the killer's face.
これですか
This?
ゲロ
This is
カエル
called
って言
Ghetto
うんです
Froggy. A few of my
何人
friends
かの
gave me
友達に
these.
もらっちゃって
The next thing I knew,
気がつ
I
いた
had
ら
3 of them.
3つになってまして
That's cute. I also love that she has friends outside of this loser. She deserves that. She gave me a slightly forced smile, and then she reached out toward her bag and tried to take the straps off.
最近女子高生に
Teenage
大
girls
人気
really
なん
love
ですよ
these things lately. I
私
don't
は
really
あんまり
think
可
they're
愛い
that
とは
cute,
思わないん
though.
ですけど
You don't have to lie, girlie. They're cute. It's okay. Her hands were shaking a little. Maybe she was nervous, because she couldn't get them off.
変だな
That's strange.
どうして外れ
Why
ないん
won't
で
they
しょう
come off?
ちょっと待って
Just
くだ
hang
さい
on.
ね
I'll
西
show
条
them
君
to
に
you.
も見せてあげ
Oh, that's not good. She finally yanked one off by force, knocking the bag off the bench. It had been zipped up, so her notebooks and textbooks went spilling everywhere. Oh dear. What am I doing? That's a lot of newspaper clippings just, out. Just a few minutes ago. I would have thought the whole scene was very moe, but now all I could do was stare in shock because, by chance, one of the notebooks that fell to the ground had fallen open, and the small memos and newspaper clippings in it had scattered everywhere. I'm gonna hazard a guess that they have to do with the New Gen killings. It must have been some kind of scrapbook, because all of the clippings and memos had to do with one subject. I could see it clearly. New Gen. Wow, I was right. Why? My voice was hoarse. So is mine. Fuck. She was hurriedly trying to pick up the clippings and notes and stuff them back into her bag. She stood up, holding it tightly to her chest. Her smile was gone, replaced with an awkward expression. What is that? She didn't answer me. Why don't you answer me? Come on. Say something. If you don't answer, I'll think you're hiding something. Just when I was about to believe you. Just when I thought you were going to be on my side. Just when I was starting to believe that. Don't believe anybody. Don't listen to anything anyone says. Sarah was right all along. All 3D girls were garbage. Even Yua didn't like me. She was just trying to get close to me for some reason of her own. Maybe she was going to turn me over to the police. Maybe she was going to threaten me. This was awful. Just awful. Just when I was so close to forgetting all about that murder. The cops had never come to say anything. I had convinced myself that I never had to deal with it again. I didn't want to get involved. What was Yua after? I turned around so I could run. But Yua grabbed my wrist from behind. You're running. Her voice made me shudder. It was so cold I thought I might freeze. She didn't seem anything like the girl I'd been talking to a moment ago. And she was gripping my wrist with incredible strength. She was holding it so tightly that it was physically painful. I thought for a moment that she might crush my bones. It hurt so bad. I tried to shake her off, but she wouldn't let go. Instead, she pulled me closer, and I almost fell backwards. You're running? She whispered in an emotionless voice, right behind me, and right into my ear. I shivered and slowly turned around. That's nice. The color in her eyes was insane. I won't let you get away, you know? I apologize for tricking you, but you weren't honest with me either. You were hiding something too, weren't you? Hiding something? There was only one thing I could think of, somehow, for some reason. She knew that I witnessed the crucified corpse and the killer. That's why she'd approached me. She really was a clever one. Everything she ever said to me was a lie. What if she's the cat? Cause when he saw that one, dead cat, he turned around and there was a cat with a very similar eye color that she has. What if she's the cat? I don't know if that's too absurd for this game, but what if she was the cat? I don't know, man. She really was a clever one. Everything she ever said to me was a lie. Thank you, Spooky. That she got curious about me when she saw me for the first time. That she liked Bloodtoon. That she wanted to go buy this Era Post-Awakening version figure on the day it came out with me. When she smiled at something I'd said. When she said she wanted to get to know me better. When she said she was worried that I didn't come to school. Even when she said I'd impressed her by coming to school.
It was all lies. I clenched my fists in rage and anger. Damn it, damn it, damn it! Why was I ever willing to believe her? I want to spend more time learning about you, but now that you found me out, there's no sense in keeping up the facade. There's a story I want you to hear. You'll listen, right? You won't tell me you're not going to listen, right? You should listen. I want you to listen. You'll listen, won't you? If you won't listen... Thoughts. If I won't listen, then what? I'm sure you can wager a guess, buddy. She was like a totally different person now. That peaceful, easygoing manner that she had was completely gone. Now she looked cold and unapproachable, with a terrible intensity about her. Her words were cold as ice and as cold as death itself. The signs of weakness and helplessness she normally showed were nowhere to be found. I didn't want to hear those words. I tried to close my eyes. But I couldn't. She still had my wrist in her grasp. She wasn't gripping it as tightly as before, but she still wouldn't let go. I couldn't move my hand. With her free hand, she reached into her bag and took out something metallic and showed it to me. I gasped in shock. My heart felt like it was about to leap out of my chest. My mind began to race. I had my free hand over my ear, but let it drop. And when I heard her voice, sounding slightly disappointed. You recognize this cross, right? Of course I did. I knew exactly what it was. It looked like a cross, but it was actually a stake. Not many stakes had such an elaborate design. Why is kiss her sex-based term? Automod, you good? You know what? Fuck it. Kiss her. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Why not? At least, I'd only seen some once before. That night, scattered on the road. That night, pounded by the demon woman into the wall. That night, pinning the corpse to the wall. So you do recognize it. You recognize it, don't you? Of course you recognize it. I won't let you say you don't recognize it. You have to recognize it. You recognized it, right? You recognize it, right? I shook my head desperately. An awful sweat was forming on my brow. All I could do was try to wipe it off as I shook my head no. This was in your room. In your room. Under the bed. On the floor. Lying there. You dropped it there, didn't you? Or did you throw it away? Either way, it was there. Lying there. When did she search my room? The day we first met? When I hurt my leg and she walked me home? When she was staring with shining eyes and a cute face at the Seira figure? The steak isn't made in Japan. It's extremely rare. And it's just like the steaks used in the third new gen killing. It's the same. It's the same, right? I'm sure it's the same. It's the exact same. The same as the stakes that nailed the body to the wall. The same. And I was sure of it. This girl thought I was behind the new gen killings. She thought I was the murderer. Was she trying to be some kind of detective? Yoaku Sunoki, teen detective? You know what I thought? Die, bitch. I meant it too. They weren't just empty words. I mean, this stuff might have worked in an anime or a video game. fucking tickle in the back of my throat, not making me be able to say funny things in response. But hey buddy, you're in a video game. Good luck with that. I might have to have streamers for if I keep fucking perishing like this. We'll see what happens though. But I knew that her theory had a fatal flaw. I'd seen the killer. I'd seen her with my own 2 eyes, that demon. Because, you know, if you tell her that, she'll totally believe you, right? The girl whose name I didn't know, she wore a Suimei uniform. She was close. So, what? She looked down and sighed softly. Her grip relaxed, and at last I was freed. Nothing more and nothing less. I just wanted to see if you knew or not. I wasn't actually planning to ask you yet, anyway. What does she mean by yet? Let me ask you one more thing. Can you see the future? Oh, seeing the future. The ability to see the future before it happens. This is distinct from the ability to predict the future, where one lays out what they think will happen based off of the information they have at hand. There is no scientific proof that it's possible to see the future. Different people manifest the ability in different ways. Some see the future in the form of flashbacks, and others see it in prophetic dreams. Psychics, fortune tellers, and ancient prophets are all said to possess this ability. Many con artists, however, claim to have it for the purposes of fraud.
Huh?
What? My jaw dropped. See the future? What the hell was she talking about? What did that have to do with a murder? I stood there, confused, as Yua reached into her bag and pulled out several full-color printouts. If you can't see the future, then I don't know how to explain you having these images. The grid are full of those that Shogun sent me. Why did Yua have them? These are... Why did you have a recreation of the third new gen killing? And these were from the day before the murder, too. They were in your computer's cache? I don't know. No. I got those photos from some guy named Shogun that I never even met before that day. I didn't make them. It should still be in my download history. I know. I could show that to Yua. Wait, where did she get these? How did she know they were still in my computer's cache? Okay, it's pronounced cache. Thank you. Well, she came to my room. She wasn't there long enough to search my computer. Wait. Are you Shogun? Was she trying to set me up? Was Yua behind this whole thing? Was she one of the new gen killers trying to use me as a scapegoat to distract the police from the truth? Please don't hurt me. This wasn't fair. Why me? Because I'm a creepy loser? Because I don't have any friends? Yua just shook her head silently. I found these pictures on your PC in the room 37 at Cafe. I wanted to search your computer, too, but I didn't have time. The room next to room 37, the one I always used at Cafe, she really did think she was some kind of detective. She looked just the slightest bit sorry as she stared at me. For just a single second, she looked like the old Yua. She kept that expression on her face as she rustled through her bag again. This time, she took out a sheet with printed text on it and offered it to me. I had an awful premonition. The logical part of my mind told me I shouldn't look. But I had to. If I didn't find some way to resist, they'd pin it on me. That is everything you are. Everything I was. Did she steal all my private information? Was she a hacker? My heart pounded as I looked at the printout. But instead of my private information, it was just a chat log. Oh. It was a log of Nightheart and Shogun. There's nothing strange about that log, right? Huh? What's strange? It was just a normal chat log. I remember the conversation I had with Shogun. Look at how Nightheart and Shogun talk. The timestamps don't match at all. What the fuck? Huh? Huh? What was this? What was going on? The one labeled Nightheart there is you. You're talking on September 28th, around 3 a.m. And the next day, you went to At Cafe. You always go to At Cafe after you leave school. And you go to school roughly 2.5 times per week. You asked one of your classmates. They said the days you went to school last week were Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The Monday of last week was September 29th. The same day Shogun was in the chat. What? What was she talking about? I looked at the chat log for the PC in room 37 too. And what I learned was... She paused for just a moment, before looking right at me and delivering the cruel truth. This whole thing was an act he put on. Don't look at me. Shogun is. Don't look at me. You. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to hear anything. Time isn't constant. Memories can't contradict each other. Oh, they so can, buddy. There are errors in your vision. The Earth doesn't spin. This is all just a game. Well, you got that one right. Mindors. Perfect. Groucho soft. I turned on my computer and took a bite out of a fish sausage. A sausage of the fish variety. I'm not me. The Sarah Town wallpaper came up on the monitor. In the world where I belong. I booted up PSO without the slightest hesitation. Isn't this one? Ooh, so that's it for chapter 1. Huh. I'll keep that in mind. But I think that gives us a perfect spot to end. Because that's kind of where I wanted to end anyways. I thought there was going to be like a lot more. Because like last week, it felt like it took forever. I'm just going to overwrite this one because I only have 8 slots. Yeah, so I guess that kind of works out for like a stream on the shorter end because my life is trying to kill me, I guess. I guess that worked out. And then we'll do chapter 2 next week. Yeah, I think that's the plan. You guys okay with that? You better be, because that's what's happening anyway. Fuck me. Okay, sorry for not, like, muting my mic every time I had to cough. I hope that wasn't too distracting. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed more Chaos Head. Is anyone else streaming Chaos Head right now? That is a question. There is... I can't tell where they're at, though. Oh. They are actually at the beginning, too. Yeah, it's like, it's time for me to start the science adventure games. They're actually doing it in order, unlike me. Good for them. I can't really tell where they're at yet, though. Oh, it looks like they just met Yua, actually. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're at the part where... Yeah, so they're at the part where Yua's in the room. You guys want to do that, or do you want to see something else? Because Hiraga Yu is live, so that would be another good option. So is Izumi. Oh, Meep is also live. I think I've rated Meep like once before. Meep is doing just some chatting, let's vibe. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and raid Meep. Yeah. Let's see. Raid. Lots of people online right now. It's like it's a Saturday night or something. Wait, let's go ahead and raid Meep. You are very welcome, Marvel. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that as well. Tomorrow, hopefully I won't be perishing as much, and we'll be doing more Arisu install. We're not really at a point of getting any endings anytime soon with any of the girls, but we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna exit the game. Do I have any other thoughts? I don't have any other thoughts. Next Saturday, first episode of Edited Chaos Head will be out. Yeah, I guess that's all I got. And if I have more Chaos Head thoughts, I'll be posting them in the Discord under the Science Adventure series thread in our games. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye everyone until tomorrow.